Hello and welcome back to Dragon Quest 1 Tutorials. I'm Coach GZZ, and in this video we're going to go over the November 27th updates, which is going to be for the Dragon Quest 1 and 2 ReWALK event. So over here we're going to go to our notices section and going over some of the things we have here. So for the event schedule here from the 27th of November, we're going to have Event Quest 1. We're going to have the Revival Spell Battles, so that's going to be event content. We're going to have a new Mega Monster, which is going to be the Eradication Dragon. We're also going to have the return of 3 Mega Monsters. We're going to have High Priest Hargon or Dark Priest Hargon. We're going to have Lamia, and we're also going to have the Great Squid King. We're also going to have returning elite enemies, so Atlas, Bazuzu, and Berial, so all from Dragon Quest 2. So we will also have the login bonus part 1, in which you'll be able to get 1,000 gems. Then from December 4th, we're going to have Event Quest 2. We'll have the Revival Spell Battles added content. Then we're also going to have the Descendant of Roto level cap increase, and then we're also going to have a new elite enemy, which is going to be named Clesense. So pretty much for Event Quest 1 here, so the legend of the Hero of Alphgard has been lost to history, so you want to join Ryuchan to return history back to normal. So after clearing Event Quest 1, Chapter 1, you will be able to unlock the Revival Spell Battle content. So furthermore, you will be able to get a low-grade Ryuchan Soul, as you can see here, for clearing the quest. So this quest will be available from November 27th to January 15th. So when you receive the Ryuchan Soul, it's automatically going to be locked when entered into your inventory, so you will need to unlock it when you upgrade this soul. So pretty much for this event, you want to gather the Revival Spell Scraps. So after clearing Event Quest 1, Chapter 1, you will unlock the Revival Spell Battle content. With this content, you will be leveling up the Descendant of Roto and will eventually restore the Legend of Roto to history. So for the battles themselves, you will be able to go into these battles by finding Revival Spell Scraps on the field and going into the battles via the event portal. So there are going to be 3 different types of spell scraps for you to collect. So with this, you will actually have, for every 3 you do, you will actually have a 1 battle. So in the case of here, for the Revival Spell Scrap, for just a regular one, you'll be able to battle an enemy that's close to your level. So in terms of the Descendant of Roto, for the Revival Spell Scrap Elite, so the one with the purple one in the middle, that's going to be battle an enemy that is higher level than you. So again, for the Descendant of Roto, and then for the slime one, so the Battle Spell Scrap Metal, so you'll battle an metal type enemy. So for the Revival Spell Scraps, they reset at 3 a.m. and 3 p.m. Then for here, the max number of Revival Spell Battles in each portal is 10. So when you reach the number, the scraps will not appear on the field. So besides that, as you go through the levels, you will be able to collect rewards. So in this case, one of the rewards you'll be able to get is going to be 100 banner tickets for the new banner, and you'll also be able to get gems. So besides that, including pretty much a continuation with this, when the Descendant of Roto's level is high enough, you will be able to successfully challenge a passing down of the Legend of Roto battle. So with this, completing the battle will successfully restore 1 part of the Legend of Roto to history, and you will also get gems as well. Then here, going to skip those real quick. So here we're going to have the returning elite enemies. So we're going to have Atlas, Bazuzu, and Berial returning as elite enemies, and you'll also be able to have get a chance of awakening their S-grade souls. So pretty much in order to do so, you're going to need to do the following here. So you must defeat the 3 elite enemies on the field in order to get the evil spirit god's treasure soul pearl fragments. So you will then use the fragments to purchase the treasure soul pearls in the exchange, and there will be 3 treasure soul pearls for each enemy. Then besides that, the treasure soul pearls will be available for purchase in the exchange from November 27th to January 22nd. Then down over here is going to be information about the login bonus. So for the login bonus part 1 of the Dragon Quest 1 and 2 ReWALK event is going to be now available from November 27th and January 15th. So over the time that this is available, you will be able to get up to 1,000 gems as long as you log into the game. So don't miss your chance to get free gems. So here, real quickly, what I would like to do is actually just show you. So you can see here in the distance, you're going to see some fragments on the field. So you want to go ahead and collect those. So once you have collected those, you can go into the event portal. And in this case, down at the bottom, it shows you how many of the scraps that you actually have. Then pretty much down over here, if you press this button, you'll be able to go into the battles. So the battles are pretty simple. It's just going to be, if you go in and click on here, it'll be just like this. Here, pretty much up until December 4th, the max level for the Descendant of Roto is going to be at 10. And so there, finished like that. And then from there, if you're not max level already, you will go up in levels as well. So then besides that, over here, we're going to have the new banner. So this is going to be the Alphgard Reborn banner, which is now going to be available. So this is what it's going to look like for both Type 1 and Type 2 characters. So for this particular banner, the weapon here is going to be the Moon Axe of Rubus. So with this is actually going to be very interesting. So the first skill that I want to go over is going to be called Shining Impact. So a Shining Impact is going to have a MP cost of 60 MP. What this does, it does 1,800% weapon damage to a single enemy, and will change one enemy buff into its opposite debuff equivalent. So there's a rare chance of changing 2 enemy buffs into their opposite debuff equivalent, and this works only for some buffs. So that's actually going to be very useful for this current Mega Monster that we have now. Then besides that, we're going to have a support skill, which is going to be called Miracle Infusion. So with this, Miracle Infusion is going to cost 10% of your max MP. And what it does is going to be heals the wielder for a certain amount of HP, depending on the amount of weapon or physical technique damage the wielder does to an enemy, which will be followed by an action related to the strategy you have selected for the character. This can only be used once during battle. So in terms of the strategy you have for the character, is pretty much when you go into battle, you have it set to going all out, just healing alone, or don't use MP, or pretty much being cautious in battle, so switching between healer and also attacker. So that's what it means for that there. So after that, we're going to have Toshi no Chunyu, which is going to be Fighting Spirit Infusion or Battle Spirit Infusion. This costs 20% of your max MP, and what it does, it gives all allies strength and protection, in which they recover 50% of their HP after taking damage from an enemy that lowers their HP below 30%. Again, this can only be used once per battle. After that, we're going to have our sudden activation ability, the first of the two. So this one is going to be called Rubis no Shukufuku, which is going to be Blessing of Rubis. This costs 18 MP, and at the start of the battle, the wielder, and in rare cases, the characters on both sides of the wielder, will be bestowed with the Blessing of Rubis, which increases the activation rate of their class skill traits. So that's going to last 3 turns. Then over here, we're going to have the Daichi no Seirei no Sabaki, which is Judgment of the Earth Spirit. So this is going to cost 15 MP, and at the start of the battle, the wielder's critical hit rate is increased, and when they do a critical hit with a weapon or physical technique damage, it will be a super critical hit. That's going to last 5 turns. Then over here we're going to actually have a first. This is going to be an Omamori, which is equivalent to pretty much a talisman. So what this talisman's ability is, it's going to be called Life Aid. With Life Aid, this is going to cost 5% of your max MP, and during battle, the wielder and one of the characters on either side of the wielder will be left or the wielder and one of the characters on either side of the wielder will be left with 1 MP when they take fatal damage, and will cover 50% of their HP. This can only be used once during the battle. So besides that, here we're going to have the 3 pieces of defense equipment for this particular battle. So the first one is going to be the Rubis Clown of Light. So with this is going to give you abilities plus 10% to weapon and physical technique skill damage, plus 5% to weapon and physical technique resistance, and plus 2% to weapon and physical technique resistance if you have expertise with the weapon. Then almost similar, the Rubis Armor of Light chest gives you plus 10% weapon and physical technique skill damage, but here the other resistances are going to be different. Here, plus 5% spell resistance and plus 2% spell resistance if you have expertise with the weapon. Then here for the leggings, again, plus 10% to weapon and physical technique skill damage, then plus 5% to breath resistance, plus 2% to breath resistance if you have expertise with this weapon. So then, of course, we're going to have the special 1,000, 2,000 purchase gem 10 chest draws going to be available, and you're guaranteed at least 1 5-star piece of gear, but it might not necessarily be from this particular banner. Then, of course, for every 3,000 gems that you spend for the 10 chest draws, you will receive a stamp, and on the 6th, 10th, and 16th and 20th stamps, you will get a pickup in which you're guaranteed a 5-star piece of equipment, but it might not be from this specific banner. But on the 20th stamp, you will also get the weapon for this banner. Then here, the selection for this particular banner is going to be Blessing of Alphgard selection. So equipment from the Revival of Alphgard banner and the Genesis of Alphgard banner will appear in the chest draws for the Alphgard Reborn banner. So this particular banner is going to be available from November 27th to January 15th. Then down over here we're going to have information about the new Mega Monster, which is going to be the Eradication Dragon. So from November 27th to January 15th, the Eradication Dragon will be available on the field as a Mega Monster. So this is going to be somewhat similar to the Comet Slime. The Eradication Dragon is going to be able to raise its own tension level and will start off the battle with the following resistances. So you're going to have plus 15 well, actually for all of them, for weapon resistance, physical technique resistance, spell resistance, and breath resistance, is all going to have plus 15% resistance to all of those. But the values of these resistances can change due to the tension level of the Eradication Dragon. So pretty much increased tension level is going to increase, lower low tension is going to decrease these as well. So besides that, pretty much down over here, since the Eradication Dragon is recommended for special classes level 70, you will get the special once per day perk that lessens the amount of damage done to your characters as long as this is the first mega monster that you fight during the day. Then down over here we're going to have the returning mega monsters. So here, High Priest Hargon, Dark High Priest Hargon, Lamia, and the Great Squid King are going to be returning mega monsters on the field from November 27th to January 15th. So for those of you who are not able to fight Hargon in the past, this time you will be able to get the S Star Grade Soul, which is going to be for the Dark Priest Hargon S Star Grade Soul. So please remember that in order to challenge the Dark Priest Hargon Mega Monster, your party's overall level has to be equivalent to, I believe, special class level 55 or higher. Then besides that, as you defeat the mega monsters, you will be completing special missions in which you'll be able to receive A-grade souls for the 3 revived mega monsters. And again, you will get the once per day perk that lessens the amount of damage done to your characters as long as it's the first mega monster you fight during the day, and its recommended level is at least level 60 for advanced classes. So then down over here we're going to have the mileage pass for this event. So the Dragon Quest 1 and 2 anniversary ReWALK event. So with this particular mileage pass, it's going to be, you can purchase it now for 2,700 purchase gems. So with this particular special mileage pass, you'll be able to get up to 10,000 mileage points, daily login items, and special missions that you can get a total of 3,000 gems. So the mileage pass will stack with others, so which gives you greater chances of saving mileage points. So the special pass is available for purchase from November 27th to January 15th. Once purchased, the pass will be valid for a 30-day period. So this pass is going to have 4 missions or 4 special points in which that's going to be actually pretty good for you. So the first of which is going to be right here. So you will actually be able to get gems. So when you walk 2,000, 4,000, 6,000, 8,000, and 10,000 steps, you will be getting 600 gems, so a total of 3,000 gems. Then over here, pretty much you will also be able to get up to 10,000 mileage points by doing the exact same thing as you would do for any of the other mileage cards, and that's going to be tapping on recovery spots, winning battles, and also walking as well. Then besides that, also during the duration of the pass, you will receive a plus 10% XP bonus for the revival spell battles for the Descendant of Roto. So again, in that case, it's only going to be plus 10% XP boost for the Descendant of Roto, not for your regular party. Then also here, fourth special point about getting this pass, you will also receive 3 revival spell scraps from Ryuchan, who will appear on the field. Since he will give you 3 scraps, you will be able to go to the event portal and challenge the special revival spell battle. Then for a login bonus, this is going to have a 5-day login bonus. So on day 1, you will be able to get 1 experience orb. Day 2, 1 Mega Monster Battle Token. Day 3, 120,000 gold. Day 4, 12,000 Pearl Points. And then on day 5, and everyone's stamp, which is going to be this one here. Okay, so sorry about the weird cut right there. So I actually want to add on to this original video, since it's actually now past going into the second week of the Dragon Quest 1 Dragon Quest 2 event. So there actually have been some things that have been added. So here, going over to the notices section, I actually want to go into right over here information about the latest Hokuto Ruler. So pretty much for the Hokuto Ruler schedule, you're going to see it right here. So here we're going to have the start of the ranking on November 20th, as well as Hokuto updates as well, or refreshes on the 27th, refresh on the 4th of December, a refresh. Then not only that, on the 4th we actually have the new Hokuto Ruler, which is going to be Clesense. Then on December 11th, we'll have score calculations, and then on the 12th, we'll have the score calculation rankings, and we're also going to have a new Hokuto Ruler as well. So here, this is going to be the new Hokuto Ruler. That is going to be Clesense. So this is going to be replacing the Suda Machine Z Hokuto Ruler. So with this is going to have 2 types of Hokuto. We're going to have a more stronger version, which is going to be recommended for special classes level 63, and the regular version, which is going to be for advanced classes level 83, special classes level 38. So this particular Hokuto Ruler, so effective skills, pretty much all of them. So your standard weapon, physical techniques, spell, and in this case, breath damage is actually not that effective here. But in terms of the effective attributes, Dorma and Girda are going to be effective here. Then in terms of ineffective attribute, that is going to be Boggy. So the actual debuffs that this particular enemy uses is going to be paralysis and also silence. So that's going to be this particular Hokuto Ruler here. But with that said, since I am actually somewhat of a bit late, I want to actually go ahead and do a battle against the latest Mega Monster, which is going to be the Dragon. So going to be right over one over here. No, I don't want to challenge that one. So one right over, let's see. Going to be one right over here. So pretty much like I mentioned, for this particular dragon, going to be pretty much an upgraded version of the regular dragon, but this one is going to be, of course, recommended for level 70. So this is going to be a bit of a rough battle. Not too rough, but should be okay, because I actually have this team that actually will keep which is actually I would say a safe team to use, mainly because it keeps the attack power of the dragon down, which is going to be quite effective. So over here I'm actually going to have a dragon type character, or special class, so going to be equipped with the God Eater Greatsword, so going to be equipped with Dorma based attacks, so that's actually going to work out quite well. Then over here this is going to be a demon. So this demon is going to be equipped with 2 weapons. So the first is going to be the Sword of the 8 Dragon Gods. That's going to be for having the dragon lose at least 1 turn right at the beginning. If it can lose 1 action or 2 actions at the beginning. If it can lose 2 actions at the beginning, that would actually really help me out. Then over here we're going to have the Zombie Killer. So the Zombie Killer is a non-attribute type weapon. So the main ability, Unyielding Blade, is going to actually lower attack power. So that's going to be the main purpose for this weapon, to lower the attack power of the enemy. And in doing so, that's actually going to help me out for this particular battle. Then over here I'm going to actually have a God Hand equipped with the Winged Axe of the Divine Bird. So going to be using this to do pretty much while I will be doing damage, the main purpose of this is to actually lower the tension level of the enemy in order to lower its resistances to specific types of attacks. So that's going to be the main purpose of this particular character. Then over here, the character I have here is going to be my main healer. So going to be of course, High Priest, so going to heal and also buff with this particular weapon. So things should actually work out quite well. So with that said, I actually want to go into a battle with this particular enemy. I actually will not be doing in-depth breakdown of this particular mega monster due to time, but here I'll actually go ahead and show you what this battle is like. So here we go. Okay, so here we go up against this particular dragon. So with this, things actually should be okay. There could be some points where things could actually get bad, but we'll see what happens with this particular battle. So here, going to have my dragon go first. Here, going to actually go ahead, use Unyielding Blade. So in this case, let's see. Okay, I was actually able to lower the attack power, so no problem. So here with my God Hand, here I just want to go ahead and attack and try lowering the tension level. So in that case, tension level actually was lowered, so it's actually now at 5. So here I want to actually use Blade Dance. Or actually, tension level actually is no longer there. So that actually worked out well, so erasing that out. Then over here, I'll actually just go ahead and attack. And we'll see what happens with the actions here. Okay, good. So the dragon actually missed 2 actions. So that actually really helped me out in that case, so I wasn't attacked. So I can actually focus, again, on buffing up my characters for this second turn. So here, Unyielding Blade. So there, again, attack power lowered even more. So here, going to go ahead and use Holy Rush. Hopefully can lower that tension level again. So, okay, -5, good. And again, going to be using Dancing Blade. Alright, so here I'm actually in a pretty good situation. So there goes Flame Breath. So no problem there. So again, Unyielding Blade. Again, keeping that attack power lowered. Here, Holy Rush, but with God Chain. So doing better damage, and also -50 tension. So I get another attack. So possibly could get 100. Not 100, but that's fine. But definitely resistances to specific attacks actually has been lowered. 79,000 damage. So, a regular attack only did 24 damage there. That's his greatest attack, which probably was a physical attack, so it didn't really do much damage. So here, probably going to lower the attack power. Okay, this time I actually wasn't able to do it, but that should be okay. At least for this turns coming up next. 8,000 damage. So like I said, this is kind of more of a, if you're going to play a long game, this is actually a team that you would use. And then that tension level is actually minus 100. So definitely things are actually looking pretty good here. So, ooh, didn't use Unyielding Blade, but used Dragon Soul Infinite, which actually did some pretty good damage there. Going Holy Rush. And going to heal up with my High Priest. So pretty much the next turn that we have here is going to be the last turn. Unless the dragon can pull something off. Ooh, okay. Actually, that's fine, no problem. There, okay. So it actually increased its tension level, but still doesn't matter too much. So attack power lowered. Most likely within the next attack or two. Right there. And I took out my High Priest, but that's fine. Okay. So this Mega Monster is worth 60,000 XP. It's going to be a blue soul, and here I got a C. Okay, so that was my battle against the dragon. So here, that battle, like I said, it was pretty straightforward. The only thing that got messed up at the very end was my dragon actually went in rampage mode and it killed my High Priest, but that was actually the final attack that it needed to take out the dragon. But things actually did work out quite well. So pretty much that's going to be that particular Mega Monster there. So in regards to other things going on, I do not have the S-grade soul for this particular Mega Monster yet, but I'll go over it in another video. And then also for the new elite enemy slash hooker ruler, so Clesense, I will actually be doing a separate video on that as well, so please stay tuned. So with that said, going to end this video here, so thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.